One, and we are, I think, we are on the net. We are streaming. We are in the wide, wide world. And hello, everybody. This is Terafell, your friendly D&D adventure. Maybe. This is episode 30, the penultimate episode, maybe, for chapter 1. And today we have Ludwig, Thrash, Arlie, and Terrapin with us as usual. Because that's how we roll.
Yo.
Anybody want to give a recap of what happened last time?
I remember there was someone obsessed with one shoe.
There is a person that likes one shoes. Well, he likes shoes.
Was that Edmundo?
Well, now you're going to make me look at my notes about the shoe person. I think it was actually someone else. But maybe it was Edmundo. Yeah, he was the Edmundo. You are correct. You get a gold star.
Yay!
You already got a gold star, so you don't get a new gold
star. So yes, we were in this sort of like cove, looking for pirates. We found a couple of people chilling out. 3 of them turned out to be very bad monsters that attacked us. And after cleaning that up, we moved further down the cove. We're attacked by some big old crabs. And after dispatching those, looking for a place to rest, we found this cave and its inhabitants, which were immediately giving off some suspicious vibes as to why this group of people were inside of this cave. And yet, while being a little suspicious of them, I don't think any of us rolled high enough to think any otherwise.
Okay.
So I believe that's where we're at right now, is that we're going to rest with these people.
Did I lose Josh?
Yes.
He disappeared.
He disappeared. He's not on Skype.
He's frozen on a weird look on it.
Oh, poor Josh.
Sure, I'll go through the characters, maybe to give you guys all a remembering of who you've met and stuff. Would that be useful?
Yes.
You met, I'll go down alphabetically, I guess, maybe. The Bar, that's how I have it. There's a balding, older-looking guy, a human called Bar. He seems to be, he was the one cooking. He pulled out some meats out of one of the crates. And he brought out, I forgot to tell you this, but he brought out some crackers out of a barrel.
Okay.
Okay.
Josh just texted to saying his internet is out.
Cracker barrels.
Are they storming over there?
I don't know.
think so.
Maybe it's
storms are supposed to be late
yeah, I
tonight.
know they're supposed to. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what Bar was doing. He seemed to be gruff and kind of quiet in the corner, and he's making some food. He's got some jerky of some unknown meat and some crackers out of a barrel. And then there is Brinley. He was a big, strong guy. Seemed kind of spitting always. He wasn't that friendly. Then there was Edmundo, who was rudely coming up to you and looking at your boots always. Shoes. And you found out behind him he had a whole wall of footwear that some of them actually seemed filled still.
Oh.
And then there was
not our shoes.
There was Kinsey. She has 2 scimitars, and you didn't really talk to her. She was probably the best looking of the women there, but she had a resting pissed look on her face always. One of those, they never look happy. And she's always sharpening her blade. And then there was Kylie, who was this older female, full golden hair, still good looking, but older and somewhat disturbed looking because her eyes were always kind of faded out, and she was smoking a pipe of some unknown substance that made you guys made Thrash very dizzy and kind of fell over a little once. And Terrapin didn't know what that smell is, but he was okay. The rest of you guys were fine with it. But she has been the one talking about the curse of the white cat. And if someone could text while I'm doing this, text Josh asking if he
Rudy, I designate you.
If he's coming back soon, he thinks, or he doesn't know, or what's going on.
And my power went out the other night during that storm.
Oh,
but it was
yeah?
only like
Really?
15 minutes. I was freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to go out in my car because it's going to get too hot in here. And
oh, yeah.
and
The
just
heat
sit in the
is
air
terrible.
conditioning.
Oh
But
yeah. If the electricity went out here, that would be very bad.
yeah, luckily it came back. I was like, oh my God, this is going to suck. And it wasn't even dark yet. But after about 15 minutes, it popped on.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and I had food in the oven. I got an electric oven, so it was like, fuck.
Oh.
It was only like halfway cooked.
Oh.
So yeah, I was worried. But it was nasty here.
Yeah, well,
It was
you
like
were
really bad.
right on the edge of it, weren't you?
Yeah, I think it passed through, and it was going south. It was coming from north to
Yeah,
south, and I think it
right.
just kind of passed my way.
I slept through everything.
Well, you guys, we weren't near it. So.
Oh, God.
All right. So I'm gonna while we're waiting, I'm going to make I'm gonna make an AI generated model. So there's the new AI software
Yes.
that you can give a couple of prompts, and then we can put some words together, and I'll put them inside of there just so we can see something funny while we're sitting here. So don't say what the word is yet, but I'm going to have Steve. I'm going to have you come up with a place, and Larry, I'm going to have you come up with your favorite cartoon character. It doesn't have to be favorite, just any cartoon character, preferably one that's not too obscure. All right, do you have an idea? Okay, Larry.
Steven's really thinking.
Okay, wait for Steve.
Okay, you ready for me?
Okay, Larry, you go first. What's the cartoon character?
Snoopy.
Snoopy.
Oh, good one.
All right, and Steve?
Detroit.
All right, I'm going to type in Snoopy in Detroit and see what we get.
Oh, God, I'm terrified.
You're able to share this?
Oh, yeah, I'll be able to put the link up.
Oh, I mean, not the image, though.
I'll be able to share the image with you if you want me to send it to you, so you can put it on the screen if you'd like.
Okay.
But it takes about 100 and something seconds in order for it to work.
100 and something seconds, like 2 minutes.
It like usually about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It takes a long time.
Yeah, it's running right now, and that's if you can get it. If it's too many people on it at once, you have to press the run button like 50 times before you can get in because there's a lot of traffic going on.
Yeah.
Well, continuing with the 9 people that you've met here.
Yes. Sorry about that.
There's Rod, who's kind of like cusses a lot, but he's very quiet. So he cusses under his breath. He has long dark hair, and you haven't really known much about him yet. There's Valusilison. It's an elven name. Older female elf. She's the one that gave everybody the story about the elven curse of the cats, of the white cat. And then there was Whitney, who was the leader. Kind of wild hair, large eyes. She's up on the escarpment.
The escarpment.
She was the one yelling at Jagger, who's the boyfriend. She's the girlfriend. They're kind of the leaders. And she's the one that got cursed and doesn't like Verdon because of that. Yeah. Because an old Verdon lady cursed her.
The cat curse.
Yes.
Yeah, where was that coming from?
And that was the last thing. And then suddenly you saw a big shadow of a cat on the wall. And that's where we ended. So maybe we'll start, maybe we won't today.
All right, we're just waiting for our friend Josh, and he still doesn't know he's not sure what's going on.
Like, you're the only one in the normal position. I think that's because you start the call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Josh
You're
was
the
in the
only
top
one
right.
in the normal
Rudy
position.
was
I
in
think
top
that's because you
right.
start the
Hey,
call.
I heard that.
Yeah. Yes, it's working.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
I
I hate that. I'm never talking again.
I hate my voice recorded. Oh my god.
I wonder what happens if I mix Dr. Pepper and G Fuel.
Of course, it's on the wrong version of
Dr. Pepper and hot dog. Mm.
Dr. Pepper and chili dog.
That's true. It's not just a hot dog.
Oh, no. It's got chili. It's got beans. It's got...
For some reason, I have to have Fantasy Ground on my left monitor for it to be recognized by the OBS software.
Oh my gosh.
I don't understand.
I think it's just technical difficulty Wednesday.
So is this the correct?
I just feel as if the chili dog G Fuel needs to be served with like cocktail
Jell-O.
onion garnish. No, you got to make it look really spiffy. Salt on the rim of the cup, and you know,
I'll make that for our next May the 4th
you can
party.
never have enough salt. Why? You're right. Just tell them it's like a Gamorrean drink on the Star Wars tour. It'll be fine. Because it totally sounds like a Gamorrean drink. So.
Rudy, you should be like, for $10, you can make me drink this G Fuel. And it could be crusty dog flavored. I mean, wow, chili.
Crusty dog flavored. Hi, we're live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the horribly deranged mind of my wife. Everyone, I'd like you to meet Alex, Crusty Dog, Cubs fan till I die.
I love you too.
Wow. Guam is really bare, according to these folks.
Yeah, isn't it? I opened up 3 tabs and I did it again, Arthur and Guam, and I put it on all 3 of them because I knew that it was going to take idea. The other one it did was just pictures of archipelagos. And then the other one was just sort of pictures of walls. This is the one that actually showed up something interesting. It went with the aardvark part of it.
Oh?
Okay, let's make it more interesting. Arthur in heaven.
I don't want to do that.
Come on!
I'm not sharing these pictures anymore.
You don't have to.
We got D&D to play.
Let's play.
D&D.
I suppose.
Okay, so you have a dungeon and it's Dungeon and Catson. So last time we were, I kind of did a review. I don't know if you caught it because you were not online anymore there, Josh. But we left you actually at the star of the last scene of the last episode, looking at a large size shadow of a cat on the wall, going meow. And one thing everybody, let's see, Arlie is the one who sees probably everything the most because she's with them right now. They're all freaking out, Arlie. They're all like, they're cussing, they're doing superstitious signs, like moving their hands in weird ways and stuff, and covering themselves. One of them is actually starting to kneel and and cry. I'll just start at the top. Ludwig, what do you want to do?
I want to have a map.
Oh, no map from you.
Give him the map. It causes nothing but problems.
No soup for you.
Howard.
That's fine. I'm trying to cut down on my sodium. Yay. Okay.
Everybody else had the map, right? So hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah, your few seconds of saying "here, kitty, kitty," the cat still just is a shadow on the wall, but you see the ears kind of perk up, like cats who, when they hear something, their ears kind of like do that little twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Thrash, you fell asleep.
Yeah, he went to bed. I don't know if he's sleeping by now, probably.
I think we did say last time you fell asleep pretty quickly. Do what would it be, a good Constitution check to see if you wake up? You're so tired, you're exhausted, you're just sleeping, or are you like barely asleep? Yeah, you did pretty good. So I'll let you decide. Are you awake or are you asleep? You get to choose.
I'll be awake.
Okay, you wake up. You're like the commotion, the meowing of the cats, the everything. It just gives you like pause, and you're just, no pun intended.
Cat pause.
And you notice the difference in the room. Everything got real quiet. Everybody was talking. Now it's all quiet, and that kind of woke you up.
Stop being quiet. You woke me up.
You got used to the mumbling and grumbling and talking. Okay, so that Arlie, you're in the group. You're right next to them, all right? Yep,
Yeah.
You're next to Jagger, who's the one who doesn't like burden.
I'm just gonna lean over to it. Wait, who's the one that's kneeling?
That would be Kylie, actually, the one with the pipe in her hand.
Can I walk over to Kylie and be like, "Well, what's
she's
going
right
on?"
There.
Oh,
she's this one.
Never mind. Oh,
she's right there. Yeah.
You know what? She was right in front of me. Hey, Kylie, what's going on? Why are you freaking out?
She's like, it's the cat. It's the curse of the cat. It's come true.
It wasn't true before?
Well, we've never actually seen the cat. There it is. It's on the wall.
Ooh, that's not good.
And I will just walk back over by Jagger-ish and just fan myself with my palm tree.
Okay. And finally, Terrapin, you are in your shell, but you were not sleeping yet, you said. So are you popping your head out?
At this point, people would have started screaming, so he would have probably popped his head out. The rest of his body's inside of the shell. So he could like look up a little bit, but he's still, it would take him a whole action to get out of there.
Okay. If that's what you want your next action to be, sure.
Well, I think that's, since I'm in there, it would probably that's exactly how it would be if him just sort of like groggily, he was almost going to sleep, almost about to sleep. He heard what's going on. He's in his shell because he doesn't trust people.
So Whitney walks up to one of the crates right behind Ludwig and is looking over the crate and Ludwig's shoulder, going, "What the heck is that?" Anybody can spit something out now, or what they want to do, or wait.
I'm just. Oh, never mind.
Which wall is that shadow on? I just wanna. Okay.
Just right in front of you.
The cat shadow, under different circumstances, looks just like a Ludwig shadow. No.
I'm just expecting like the tiniest cat. Like,
Not again.
Out.
Ludwig, you kind of have the look of Baby Yoda, don't you?
Without the ability to enlarge my own thumbnail.
It kind of appears that way.
If you look on the stream.
This is
I
Googro.
can tell you that's never what I was going for, but
You're an adult Baby Yoda.
Up close is kind of like, so he's Yoda? Kind of looks
Yoda
like,
with
yeah.
yellow eyes.
It's got the ears and the head.
life on Dagobah is
God.
very rough. It changes a man. Or it changes a little girl into a man. Apparently.
So as you're there looking at it, it suddenly kind of just, the shadow sits for a second, and then it turns into the wall, like away from you, and it gets smaller as it walks away, but it's still a flat surface. It just walks away into the flat surface.
Interesting.
Oh.
And at that moment, you hear a loud cat holler, like, meow. And it's coming from like 4 different directions, like all around you guys.
Uh-oh.
But I want to see the kitties. Use prestidigitation to make the sound of a can opener.
How would you know what a cat opener sound would sound like?
By opening a can with something.
I don't think tin cans exist in this. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if metal cans exist in this.
Primitives!
At least in this part of the world. There might be other parts of the world where it does.
Canning really could have been discovered at any time.
Oh, can you prestidigitation catnip? Like the smell of catnip?
I was thinking about doing like salmon or something.
Oh.
I figured they'd be used to seafood. But yeah, catnip's a good idea.
I don't know enough about cats to be useful or any of this.
Does prestidigitation let you do a smell?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah.
It lets you
All right.
waft
One
the
of the
smell.
first thing it says.
Okay.
There are very few limits to prestidigitation. It's low powered, but it's
So, but you have to put it in a spot. So where are you putting it?
I can send it in multiple directions. You can have like what, 4 of them going at the same time? I heard 4 sets of meows, so
You create the following minor effects. Harmless sensory effect. An odd odor. You can have up to 3 of its non-instantaneous effects active at a time. 3. All right. What's the range? 10 feet. So I take it you put 3 of them kind of around you and 10 feet away from you?
yep.
Are you putting one right on Whitney, or you're going to skip her?
Huh. I mean, she already doesn't like Verdon. I wouldn't be ruining anything.
Destroy the little bit of goodwill you started.
Yeah, I suppose I'll skip her.
All right. So
I'll even warn her.
say right there. Right there. Right there. How does it sound good to you?
That works.
All right. So, yeah, you do that. She starts going smelling, and you warned her. She's like, "What's that smell? What is?" She's never smelled catnip before.
Well, felines like to partake in a particular grass which gives them great joy. Well, I misspeak. It is in the mint family, actually, but in any case, their reactions to it can be quite spectacular.
Kylie stood up
Kitty.
and went over to where the one smell nearest her is, and she's like, she's trying to look on the ground, like, where is that? I can smoke that. I mean, what? And she looks around, sees everybody staring at her. She goes back to the fire. Oh, sorry. At that moment, the lights go out.
Dun, dun, dun.
Even people's night vision don't work.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Darkness.
Darkness.
Huh.
Hello, my old friend.
And you hear rustling. And you hear you hear sounds of chains being dragged on the ground. Clink, 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 clink. And all of a sudden, the lights come back on.
Was it magical darkness?
It was a strange darkness, but even magical darkness, it was a little different than that.
So my devil's sight wouldn't be able to see in it.
No, for some reason your devil's sight did not see through it.
Did anyone hear my Wilhelm scream? You know, when the lights went?
Yeah, you guys, everybody was talking that wanted to talk. A lot of
I
people
turn
were going.
around and prepare to dodge a spear.
As you get around, you notice the odors of your prestidigitation are gone.
Fascinating.
Could we tell what direction the chains were rustling in?
You notice going past Terabin, you notice it the closest. What looks like a ball of yarn. A big ball, kind of like a tumbleweed worth of yarn. And it's got like chains coming out of the back of it. And it's rolling up the escarpment and suddenly it goes into the wall behind the escarpment and just disappears.
All right. Well, that's when I get up.
Secret labyrinth?
Do turtles like yarn?
No, but I'm really weirded out at what the heck's going on here.
I just have this idea of turtles playing with cat toys now.
Yeah, there's a ball of yarn, and the turtle's gonna walk up to it and go.
Oh,
Like,
I'm sorry, I forgot.
The turtle's on its back with the yarn on its belly, just going, I can't reach it.
I got one arm.
Meanwhile, Jagger is talking to all his fellow companions here, going, "Get your weapons. We got to be prepared if something's gonna come." So everybody's like getting their weapons out and looking around and stuff. And it all got quiet. It's like nothing's happened. Everything's back to normal. You see Kylie though, like pulling out some heavy duty herbs out of the backpack.
I don't know. Are we waiting for this thing to come back? Should we leave?
Has something like this happened before?
No, nothing. Darn verdant curse.
Well, it is a quite creative one. You should be proud.
Well, I guess the food's going to be ready soon. You see Bar over there still. He's the only one that hasn't been like doing anything different. He's still like got a frying pan on the fire and is like stirring his meats that he's been making. You smell mutton, dried mutton that is being fried up.
Mutton.
Sheep.
Louvre would like to start the ritual for detect magic.
Okay. And what else? Anybody? That's going to take 10 minutes, right?
Correct.
Sure. During that 10 minutes, everybody kind of settles down. It stops. There's no more sounds, no more shadows, nothing. And everybody kind of gets around the fire.
I'll just start singing a calming song, so everyone stops freaking out. There once was a friendly cat that went meow.
Oh no, you're gonna trigger everybody in this room.
Well, Arlie thinks she's doing everyone a favor.
Shark.
So you're singing, the bar's getting food up for everybody. He's got some crackers and some meat that he's fried up, and he's giving it to everybody. Even pulls a plate out and takes it out to Terrapin, and he offers one to you, Ludwig. Do you take a plate?
While I'm in the middle of the ritual, I just kind of point to put it down.
He puts it down, and he takes one over to Thrash. Do you want one, Thrash?
Since I'm up, I might as well.
And Terrapin and Arlie, you both take a plate when he
Yeah.
sure. He's like, he has a bunch of old plates, and he's like, I'm gonna go wash these out on the coast. He takes a weapon with him. I'll make sure nothing comes. I'll guard out there. So he's gonna guard out on the coast while he washes the dishes.
R.I.P.
Okay, your 10 minutes are up as everybody's eating a bit of food.
Yeah.
Does the food taste good?
It's not bad actually. He used a lot of good spices on there.
The best poison we've ever had.
And the crackers are really good. They're fresh.
You can really taste the nightshade.
Oh, wow. Where did you get these crackers from?
Undertones of hemlock.
They're from this place called this new shop that's selling all over the coast here called Sonoma.
Oh, delicious.
Never heard of it.
Can you take us over there before
Can we get this on Sky Mall?
No Sky Malls around here. I don't know what that is.
It's in the Land Yacht Mall.
That place. We know that. So your detect magic goes off, so you got to tell me where you're pointing it at and what's the range? 15, 30, something like that.
God, you and all these rules. Let's see. Think 30. Yeah, 30 feet.
All right. It does last a while, though.
Yep. So once I'm done with the ritual, I will pick up the plate and just kind of walk and eat as I investigate.
Sure.
First thing I want to look at is where the ball of yarn disappeared.
You do not detect any magic in that direction.
And I'm gonna just go to a few different spots, like where I saw the cat shadow.
You notice a vague imprint of magic on the wall there,
Ooh.
but it's past. It's like a residue of leftover magic. I'll let you do an Arcana check because it's old, man. It's old. Detect magic's not gonna. There's nothing there at the moment.
It's used magic.
It's used magic, but maybe the Arcana will tell you what kind of magic it is.
All right. Go Gadget Arcana.
Oh, yeah. You feel a taste of illusion magic.
Interesting. I am going to start subtly looking over the folks in this cave.
Sure. So let's
It
see.
was me. I admit it.
Yeah, you look at Thrash.
You've been
and you
sending
get this
secret
whole
texts.
illusion of him disappears, and you see this little guy about 2 feet tall. No, just kidding.
I'm Mr. Mixtaplex. Oh.
I'm the Bat Knight.
No, but you do
That
get
was a
some
better roll.
magic off of you guys that have magic weapons. Arlie's, what you have that?
Mace.
Yeah, the
something?
mace, the hyper
Yeah.
mace.
Not my party.
Oh, you said the whole part. You said everybody. So I'm the. You notice the
Great
warlock, thing on Thrash. What do you have? That warlock rod of
The
something?
rod,
The pack
rod of the pack
keeper.
keeper.
Terrapin. You notice the axe, and are you the only one that doesn't have a magic item? Or do you have a magic item?
Me?
Yeah.
The crystal ball.
Ah, the crystal ball. Yeah, that thing's really powerful on you. And then you look at everybody else, and you don't notice any magical effects on anybody, except when you go around the food.
Oh.
It's suddenly
As I'm about to put it in my mouth, I notice it's glowing.
It's got a slight glow to it, and yeah, do a wisdom save.
It's people.
Oh. This will be my second character who's a cannibal on accident.
Yeah, you think that the food is not as tasteful as you think it is. A little bland. It tastes. It's actually stale.
All right, well, I'm going to use prestidigitation to fix that.
Fair enough. You can make your food taste better again.
Did Lando make this food?
But
Your
it does
illusion
glow.
has failed, but mine
It
has
glow-
succeeded.
It glows a different color now.
Transmutation tastes better than illusion. Okay, that's odd. Who was doing the cooking?
Well, just as you say that, the chef, the cook, Bar walks back into the place. Goes, "What's going on?"
Mm-hmm.
I will assume I was eating like a pigeon wing or something when I discovered it. So, could you tell me where you obtained this creature?
It was actually lamb meat. But yeah, you felt like it was stale, like old lamb meat, rather than fresh and all nice and cooked and well and stuff. We got it from a group that we met up on the cliff a while ago. There was these 5 guys up there. One was a bard, I think, and yeah, they sold us this food.
5 guys that were outside?
This is most intriguing. Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to remember names now.
Well, 3 of them are dead.
We're
They were bad guys.
yeah.
What
What
was
were
the
they?
bard's name? Wyack? Was it?
There was.
Wait, there's Ian Janderson and Wyack Rickman.
Yes, and some guy named Galen, and some guy named Cleve, and someone who called himself the Squire. You met them?
I suppose we could use the term met, yes.
No. They had some good food.
I'm going to describe the people we saw, including the deep scions in their human form, to see if that is who they got it from.
Just one second here. He's like, yeah, it was it sounds exactly like what you guys described, yeah.
That explains the quality of what they sold you.
Terafell, he walked by you as he did that, and he's going up the escarpment with some of the clean dishes. Looks like he might be putting them away or something.
When we first landed, we were attacked, and it was by that party. Although it was only by part of that party. But they were not what they seemed.
Okay. And he's like, "Hey, boss, what should we do about this?" And Whitney's like looking in the food, goes, "So this isn't as good as it's supposed to be?" Starts spitting it out. I can't not think about that. Thanks.
I do not know what the magic is, but yes, something has been masked.
Everybody's like looking at their food, going, "Oh man."
And now I shall lay out the benefits of going organic to you.
They're like, Kylie's like holding her stomach, like, "Oh man, I think I don't feel too good." You guys don't know how to heal anybody, do you?
I do.
Uh,
And,
All
I
you-
could do.
I don't care for this very much.
Oh darn it!
You need to take a nap.
all you need to heal is time.
I only have a 3rd level spell slot, but I'll use it.
she's like, no, I'll lay down. Maybe I'll feel better after I rest too.
Okay.
So she goes.
Yeah,
she
why
goes
don't we
up.
rest together?
She goes up. I'll take one of the sleeping bags if you want to take the other.
Yeah, totally. Let's do it.
So Ludwig, you've gone around the whole room and you've gone over all the guys there. And what would you like? Your 10 minutes, I think it is probably starting to get close to the end of it.
Yeah, once I'm done with people and any area where I had seen the shadow, I'll start looking at crates, because that sounds like an idea. Crates, barrels.
Bars over here putting the food back in, or the plates back into a barrel or himself. Like, wish we had magic plates.
That'd be nice.
If they would only wash themselves.
That's like there's nothing else really up on the escarpment. But there's a bunch of Yeah, you look at some barrels. They have some one barrel full of looks like flour, another barrel full of crackers, and a lot of empty crates. They don't seem to have anything in them. And then there's one crate that's all kind of a smaller one right here that's all locked and stuff. But you can. There's no magic that you can sense out of it.
Hmm.
And yeah, that would be about your time. The searching is done with unless you have something specific you want me to search for. You started over on the left and you've gone to the right, and then you look through all the crowd around the fire, and now all the boxes that were in the center of the room there.
Right. I mean, I probably would have been making a circuit around the room. So I guess if there were any other spots that had that magical exhaust fumes or whatever we would like to call the residue.
Well, you searched over by Whitney's area first, up on the escarpment. There was nothing there.
Right.
And you kind of did a clockwise around the room?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Sure. So you're ending up possibly right down here at the end after searching everything? Is that about right?
Yeah. Maybe a little closer to Terrapin, because that's kind of where I started.
Yeah.
He was kind of over here before.
Right at that moment, see, I'm going to advance the time. It's about 10 a.m. right now.
Only?
Yeah, you guys have only been there a little while in the morning. At that time, you notice bar out of the corner of your eyes. Just as your spell is about to expire,
Ooh.
and he is glowing. A weird magic glow of illusion magic all over him. And he looks at you as you look at him, and he flares a bright orange magical glow that almost blinds you. And as you look back, he's disappeared.
What?
Arthur in heaven, what was that?
I'm just sleeping.
Excuse me. How long did you know that man?
Yeah, he was right here, and he suddenly just disappeared.
Hmm.
Who are you asking that?
Well, the two closest to me are Brinley and Whitney.
Brinley
I don't really know much about. I suppose I will continue to deal with Whitney.
Yeah, Brinley he's the one who you've noticed he's kind of been torturing little things and like messing with his weapons and just like
okay.
He's big.
Yeah,
he's big and dumb and young.
Yeah.
But he's also Jagger's brother, so no one messes with him. But Whitney, meanwhile, who's fairly smart but kind of mean also, is looking at you going, What are you talking about? She wasn't noticing she was like messing with her food, going, still looking at it. What are you talking about? What man?
The one known as Bar, who was just standing there and then disappeared.
Where was he?
Over by the dishes.
Point where he was, kind of by her bedroll.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. You said he was right there. Well, maybe he walked outside. Were you looking at him all the time? He goes out to.
Does he normally disappear in a flash of light when he does that?
No one else saw a flashlight. That was just your detect magic, your arcane vision of it. So Terrapin, were you looking up at the also, or were you just looking at your food, or you want to roll a perception to see if you noticed anything?
Yeah, let's do perception, because that makes it
You really don't. You knew, and you stopped hearing him, so you know enough of that. You weren't really looking when he disappeared.
Food. Food's good.
You didn't care if it was old and stale or not. Huh?
I have a beak. I don't think it matters.
Are you? You hear what Ludwig is saying? Does that affect you in any way, you think?
Yeah. I get up after I'm done. I just shove the rest of it in my mouth. I get up and go, all right, so, what do you want us to do? Because Terrapin's just like, magic cats, vanishing people. He said there were lights. I didn't see lights. And I know enough to trust Ludwig, but I have no idea what the heck I'm supposed to do with this situation.
I know we need rest, but I'm beginning to think this is not the place. I don't know if they're right about being cursed or not, but something's certainly going on, and I do not trust it.
Arlie.
I have my head down and resting.
So you're sleeping. You've
Yeah.
already started sleeping. Okay. Thrash,
Yeah.
did you fall back to sleep?
I thought I was still eating. Maybe.
Well, that's up to you.
Were we done?
You noticed that you heard everybody talking about the food. You can roll a wisdom save to see if you notice what it looks like. Yeah, it's good enough for you. You even got a -2, but yeah.
Yep.
You notice that it's actually not tasting that good. You know, it's pretty bad.
Did I notice the dude disappear?
Well, he is on the other side of the chamber, up on the escarpment. Roll a perception, maybe if you get a 20. No, you didn't notice it. You heard what Ludwig is talking, but yeah, by the time you looked up, he was. You don't even see him over there, so you didn't see him disappear.
Yeah, if we're still planning on resting, I would get ready to go back to sleep.
Alrighty. Yeah. When he's like Bar, well, he's not he's fairly new. We just hired him. The family just hired him a few months ago. Right when we got right when we started trying to get new jobs, and the curses were ruining our old jobs.
I'm sorry, really quick. I remember Josh saying we shouldn't sleep here.
Oh, sorry. I'm moving Josh.
Would I have heard that? I would have heard that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then maybe I won't go to sleep. Forgot about that already.
I've been sleeping since the chick told me she had a stomach ache and I couldn't heal her.
And she's snoring too.
Yeah. So if anyone cares about Arlie, don't forget about her.
So
I'm gonna
everybody
wait to
else
see
is
what
kind of
happens.
like sitting down. They're putting their food away. They're all gonna take a little siesta.
Excuse me, can you show me where Bar normally sleeps?
Yeah, he's over this way. He sleeps behind these two crates.
I would like to see if I can find, hair, nail clipping, any of the things that make scrying work.
Mm.
Fair enough. Roll a perception. See if you can see the little things, if there's any around.
Perception.
That's pretty good. You don't find a ton of it, but you find a little bit of what looks like a cloth that he used to mop his head with. It's got some hairs on it. He was bald,
That
but
is
the
helpful.
hairs might have came from like different parts of maybe his face and stuff. Beard
Okay.
hairs.
Hopefully his face.
Please let it be his face.
Yeah.
Armpits.
All right. I am going to go back by Terry and bring out the crystal ball.
Okay. So you're specifically trying to see Bar?
Yes.
And what is your save?
My wisdom save.
Yeah.
Does it use mine or does it use the item? Let me.
Sure. I'll let you check that out. Meanwhile, while you're checking that out, anybody let's see, who's the only one
DC 17.
okay.
And
are
then
you gonna
there's modifiers for having the stuff.
Sure.
And
You know
knowing,
him, you've
and having seen him.
Yeah. I just
So
sort of
I
have
think you
my
have this.
axe out and I just stand in there.
I think you have a straight up 17, right? Because there's no negatives.
Yeah, 17's the item.
Yeah. Let me see. And you said it's a wisdom?
Yes.
Where's my dice window? My dice tower. Oh, it doesn't
Although I
go
guess
in.
if that wasn't his true likeness, then I probably wouldn't get that. But if I have a scrap of his clothes, that should be like the -4 to his check or something. I think.
So he actually got exactly 18. So you're saying he has a minus if it's not his likeness?
If you have, well, that's the thing. There's save modifiers. If you know what they look like, that's a -2 to the save. If you have a possession or garment of theirs, it's a -4 to their save. If you have a body part, lock of hair, bit of nail, or the like, it is a -10 to their save.
Ooh.
So,
No.
But what if you don't know their likeness totally?
well, yeah, that one I'm not sure I would get. Having any of their stuff should help a bit.
So what
That
would be
would be
the
the-
plus for not knowing their crystal ball? There's got to, I forgot what the scrying rules all totally are. Let's see. So, yeah, see, it doesn't you met the
Yeah, it
person, but
doesn't
they're
matter
not.
if you know their true appearance, right? It's just having met them or not.
Right.
But you said if you had pieces of their hair, right, it's a -10 to their save, and you said that there was hair on
Right.
that rag, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So sure enough.
Wow.
So yeah. So -10 to
Right.
18 is 8. So
But
he
if
didn't
I
make
just
it.
heard about him, that would actually been a negative for me. So
Right. That's like the
Yeah.
only one. I noticed that. It's kinda weird.
yeah,
Sure. So you suddenly are what, 5 feet, 10 feet away from the 10, 15 feet, somewhere like that, right? It pops up like a little eyeball looking at him. You're looking at someone that does not resemble the person you saw at all. It's an odd image. He is big, taller, broader shoulders. Yeah, just has these weird robes on him.
he just looked like
Everything.
a normal human before.
Yeah, he was
Oh.
like a hunched over, older human looking now. Now he's younger looking, and he's still bald, but he
Magic can't fix everything.
he does not look the same.
Can I tell where he might be by looking at surroundings?
Okay, yeah, let me explain him first for you. I just found his description.
Excellent.
He's got a black robe on with his black cloak hat like thing over. He's got a blonde beard. His beard was like dark before, now it's blonde. He's got like a weird symbol of arcaneness on his front of his robe, and he's got these little skulls around his neck and one on his belt that are red, and he's holding a skull in one hand, and he has a dagger that looks like a part of a backbone in his other hand, and he has a book, a magic book on his belt, and it looks like it's made out of skin, and he's tattooed around his eyes with black tattoos and stuff, making his eyes look really weird and dark. And he's in a cave, looks dark, and you see some shuffling shapes around. You can't quite catch. They're in the dark, farther than your sight can see. But you do see on the ground near him a big pile of bones and dead body parts.
Oof.
It really is people. Yeah.
And he's chanting something. Can you hear on that, or is it just like?
You can see and hear a particular creature.
All right.
Use that magic.
Yeah, 10 feet away.
A for magic items when I'm out of spell slots.
Yay!
So, as you notice there, he's chanting a spell. You can do an Arcana check to see if you know that spell.
Alrighty. Aha! I invented that spell.
Yeah, it's definitely a necromantic spell. Probably called Animate the Dead.
Ooh. Necromancy.
And you see, okay, here I got where he's in. I found my image of where he is. You see a table with some notes and papers strewn over it. He doesn't get close enough to it that your eye can read it. And then farther away from you is a table What looks like a face carved into it. Like, you know who Geiger is? The artist Geiger? Like, that did Alien and all that stuff?
Quite
the movie.
right.
It looks like one of those faces carved into the top of this table. These weird flesh torn out kind of faces. And there's like 2 red chairs next to it. And back where you are, he's right next to all these dead body parts and a bed and a chest that seems to be closed up. And he's just kind of standing right in front of the bed, just kind of chanting over the dead body parts, the skeletons and the pieces of bodies. And suddenly one of it stands up and starts shuffling away toward the entrance, I guess, of wherever he is, because it starts moving away from your view.
Huh. Well,
And that's about 10 minutes worth of what happens.
Whitney, it would seem Ba is not who you thought he was.
What is he?
Blonde.
Can anybody look into the crystal ball, or is it only you?
Well, it's as if you cast the spell, I believe is what it says. So
Yeah, I guess it's just you that see it.
yeah, while touching it, you can cast the scrying spell.
So she doesn't know what you're seeing, but she's very superstitious. She doesn't trust Burton, and seeing you with a crystal ball and magic coming off of it, she's like walking away from you, going, I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't really say. Can you make it work like TV?
Well, for a game of cool, what does everybody say? What's the unanimous vote on this as we end our session today, right, Rudy?
We have to end, yep.
Okay. At the end of it, you guys can take a nap, and we can start back next time. You guys got a full rest. That way, the next section, Ludwig might get a half rest because he's probably a little freaked out about this, but maybe he gets a full rest. You guys can share, like, watch and stuff. And the people here are all freaked out, so they're going to help guard you and stuff, and they're not trusting it. And that's sorry for the quickness, but I noticed what the time was there.
Still probably a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I will do that long rest right now so I don't forget it.
Ding,
Long
ding,
rest.
ding, da, ding.
Yay, magic.
Oh my gosh, I got spell slots.
Yeah.
Yay, rages.
I didn't
And
have
it's
to use
you wake up in the evening
Sounds about
for a whole new another night of adventure.
Yay,
We were-
normal life.
right.
We were tired.
Waking up at 6 p.m. This is exactly.
This is your life.
It's a little early, actually, but.
That's what makes it fantasy.
Alrighty, everyone. We will play again. We're getting close to the end of chapter 1. What will they find? Where will they find it? And what will happen? To be continued next time on Terror on Terafell. So, later, everyone.
Invest in
Good night.
pasta.
What did you say?
Invest in pasta.
In pasta. Okay. Is that a new Bitcoin?
No. I just think people should eat pasta. It's tasty.
Oh,
and
I thought you were saying that we needed to.
I really thought Steve was
yeah.
going to say, next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Next
Not that
time.
I've ever seen that.